So I want to take this opportunity to help our clients understand the realities of investing. First and foremost, I need you to understand as our client that there's not one client at all that has invested 100% in the market. I have been in this business for close to 20 years and understand that for retired people, reliability of income is a must. So we need to get that foundation down, and then we take the rest and spread it over the different areas of the market. So we expose a little bit more risk to that portion. Why do we do that? Well, we need that portion for income rise in the future for you and your spouse. We need that that portion of our assets to grow in the future, and we also want that portion of our assets to grow for our beneficiaries. So with that being said, why is the market down? Well, listen, the media always takes great opportunity to flood you with information about why the market is down. But the reality is that we don't have to have a reason all the time that the market is down. It's normal. For as long as anybody can remember, the market is going to see some downturns about 5%, 3 or 4 times a year. It's going to see a downturn of about 10% about once a year. It's going to see a downturn of about 15% 1 out of 2 years, and it's going to see a downturn of about 20% once every 3 to 4 years. So it's normal. It's something that happens all the time. There doesn't really have to be a reason that it happens. It just happens, and understand that that is part of investing. Now, with that being said, let's understand some of the headlines that we've heard lately. Number one is oil is down. Well, I don't know about you, but to me, that is good news. It's great to know that me, you, also companies who use transportation won't have to be spending hundreds of dollars more or thousands of dollars or even hundreds of thousands of dollars more every month to transport goods and services or to get from point A to point B. Okay? But what I will tell you is that oil companies obviously don't like this. But you know what? I'm pretty sure that oil companies will survive. Number two, and that is an issue that's in the headlines, is China. China. Well, you know you have to listen or hear about China 2 to 3 times a year every time the market goes down. It's kind of something that is understandable. But one thing that you really have to understand that China, as part of the global market, only makes up about 3% of that market. The United States makes up a little bit over 50%. And you know what's even something bigger that you have to understand? That China in your portfolio is so infinitesimal that it doesn't even really matter. Okay? It's part of the overall diversification. The other thing that we hear is that interest rates will rise. Well, that's bad because for one thing, people leave the stock market to buy bonds which pay higher rates. That's also bad because companies will now have to pay more to borrow money for them to grow. But you know what? That is also good because interest rates rise when the economy is doing well. And is the economy really doing well? Maybe. So, should you be selling now? Should you think that the 12,000 plus companies that you have in your portfolio, spread over 40 plus different countries, spread over 15 to 16 plus different asset categories, are those companies worse now than they were a few weeks ago? Well, my guess is probably not. So before I leave, here's something that you really need to think about. Here's something that you need to understand. Do you think the global economy will grow larger over the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years? Or do you think that we are now at a cliff, an apocalyptic event, where we will be on a permanent decline or economic doom? If you think that way, if you think the latter, then what you need to do is pull all your money out of investments and run to the hills, because you have no reason to invest. Because in your thoughts, in your mind, the world, the economy of the world, and people are doomed forever. So you need to find another way to get to your objective without having to invest at all. However, if you believe like I believe, that over time, people find ways to innovate. Companies and technology find ways to innovate, and technology will continue to explode, and people's innovation will continue to explode. If you believe, like I believe, that capitalism, even though it's attacked and been attacked for the last 240 years, will continue to thrive and allow markets to continue to grow and economies to continue to grow. If you believe, like I believe, that of course people will continue to having kids and the global population will continue to grow. If you believe in all that, then the byproduct of this is growth. And your portfolio will continue to grow over time. So with that being said, we have planned for this. And that is why you have me, and that is why you have a plan, so that you can sleep well at night. And don't forget, everything that I've mentioned here is all in the book. So make sure to get it right here. And I'll see you next time on Financial QB TV.